Paul in Australia chose a location for Tom to walk to, and Tom in England chose a location for Paul to walk to. The location is a 30-minute walk away. They started at the same time, agreeing the start by text message.
3, 2, 1,
sync.
So here I am. I've received my text message and I'm going to Big Easy Radio. Now that's pretty lucky because I have been there before and it's a very nice place. I don't think it's open at the moment, but I think I can remember how to get there. And so that's where I'm going. See you along the way.
Welcome to sunny Walthamstow.
Okay, so it's a little bit windy tonight and a little bit overcast. That's not going to deter me making my way to Big Easy Radio, which is about a 30-minute walk, of course.
So I'm heading to the German doner kebab place, which I understand to be some kind of chain of doner kebabs. Unfortunately, when I get there, I won't be hungry enough to have one because it's 8:45 in the morning and it's drizzly and it's not doner kebab time. This is the Conservative Club. Oh, it's not called that anymore, it's called the Village Club.
To cut the diagonal off, because you know I don't want to be doing any extra long distance detours, right, just to stay on the pavement. So I'm going to be going down a small country lane, not a very big country lane, quite a small country lane. That's the bus. It goes to Adelaide, or it goes almost to Adelaide. It goes to Seaford Interchange, which is the south side of Adelaide, and from there you get the train. So here we are.
This is Bremer Mews, named after a British fella who made one of the first cars ever, called the Bremer car, which is in a museum around here. And it managed to drive all the way down to Brighton at about 4 miles an hour.
Now, there's not going to be a lot to see on this road. As you can see, it's fairly busy. It's sort of like late rush hour. There isn't really a rush hour around here, but
and here is the church of Church Lane fame. And another very famous site of Walthamstow is this ancient house, which has been here since, I don't know, 1887 actually. It was restored in 1954. I can't see a date on it. It's just ancient.
Yep, riveting, isn't it, this road? But you know, it's going to get exciting soon because I'm going to go down that tree-lined lane pretty soon. This is the end of the suburbs, so to speak. Let me just get across this road. Might be able to see the hills. Oh, you can see the wind picking up because I'm not protected by the houses anymore.
And the Vestry House Museum, which used to be something, I don't know, there used to be a police cell in there at one point. This is the side of the Vestry House Museum.
And admire this beautiful wheat field. It's not wheat, is it really? So at the back there, you can see those hills. That's the back of the Willunga Basin. So we're in a basin here, surrounded by hills of about that size. So we get a slightly nicer climate, or warmer climate, than the other side of those hills. They go all the way down to the sea in that direction, and all the way around in a big curve where you can't really see anything in that direction, but they meet again at the ocean. So of course that's because we're in a basin.
So you probably couldn't get me going through a more busy urban area full of people where I feel stupid talking to camera. Although actually it's not too busy now. There's not too many people around. But I'm going through the heart of Walthamstow down to St James's Street, which is at the bottom end, and I think along from there. So I've got a route which is quite interesting, I think, and cuts down past the tube, past the bus station, through the town centre, I suppose, might be most interesting.
Down there.
Certainly be a contrast.
6 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, so here I am, 6 minutes in. I'm having a bit of a stop. I'm still confident I'll get there in time because I'm a fast walker. So you might be able to see behind me 80 kilometers an hour. That's proof that I'm going to leave the suburbs and go down a very fast road, but you know, not that fast, but it's kind of like it's like a country lane, but it doesn't last very long and I'll soon be back in the suburb. No doubt in about 5 years this will be covered in houses, but what can you do? Okay, let's proceed.
It's pretty busy with people here. Rushing to work, I guess. Although, how many are still going now? I don't know. We have this Omicron variant of COVID. People have been asked to work from home again. Is this lockdown 4? Not quite, not yet. So there's still a fair lot of people going places and getting places. Well, they're not what there was. Tube fares are down at something like 65% of what they were pre-pandemic. So busy means something different in London now.
Probably the wind you can feel picking up a bit now. You can't feel it, obviously, but you can hear it, no doubt. Hopefully you can still hear me, or maybe that's not a good thing, seeing as there's really nothing to say about this road. Okay, so I'm just going to go very fast along this verge until we get to the end. What's down here? Oh, this is exciting. Not. It's a bottle of Yellowtail wine. Oh dear me. Yellowtail is known for being the worst wine in Australia. Now, well, almost the worst wine in Australia. It's the wine that is considered mass-produced, especially made really cheap to send overseas to the US and the UK so they can buy it. That's why it's got kangaroos and things on the label. Now, you know, not that I'm a wine connoisseur or anything, but that's the view here in this here wine region about Yellowtail. So obviously that's a tourist that must have left that bottle behind, because no self-respecting resident of the McLaren Vale wine region, of which we are passing through now, would be drinking a bottle of Yellowtail.
Beautiful Walthamstow bus station. That's loud around here. If you can even hear me. The buses from far and wide come. People ignore stupid traffic signs. So when you have to wait hours on a red man and nothing's coming, people just ignore it. And that just wastes the authority of the thing. Okay, which way are we going to go? Oh, we should probably go through the town centre, shouldn't we? What day is it? Monday. Oh, it might not be too bad. I think it'll look more interesting, but I probably will want to talk less. Okay, I'm going to try and walk fast. It may end up being a very joggly video. Oh, Christmas lights, look. Not those miserables. What's over here is the shopping centre. It's pretty horrible. It seems to have been renamed. They had a fire a couple of years ago. And it used to be called The Mall, which was very inventive of them. And now it seems to be called 17 and Sen.
Okay, here we are to our first major highlight. Yes, the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. You join me here at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's no reason for stopping here. Just felt like turning the camera around and talking about the fact that there's Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere. There is no escaping Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's the same even in this little rural Port Willunga area. So there we go. I'm about halfway maybe, so I'm going to continue on.
So usually this street is full of market stalls selling all sorts of rubbish. Fruit and veg, materials, plastic wrap, batteries, belts, special belt stalls licensed to sell belts. And it goes all the way down. Although it's been a bit patchy recently, and I'm not sure if that's a COVID effect, or whether people don't want to come out in their market stalls, or whether they're all going out of business, or who knows what. Banks, wider banks have branches. Nobody knows. Snappy snaps. Does anybody get film processed anymore? Nobody knows. Poundland. Does anybody spend as little as a pound anymore? Well, they might know, I suppose. Here's the other entrance to the mall. Oh, look, you see, we have some evidence that it used to be called the mall here. And then we have some evidence that it's called something different, which is not very understandable. 17 and Sen. Trial. Do you think they just couldn't fit the central as one word, so they made a mistake? 17, of course, refers to the postcode East 17, which might bring to mind the fantastic and famous pop band of that name, who are held in high esteem around here. Cafe bars, quite European. That's obviously a swear word these days.
Okay, so we've reached the end of the roadwork that wasn't there, like all roadworks in the world. No roadworks. And we're passing Daniela Way, heading down here. The Now, let's have a look in here. Climate action now. Yes, climate action now, because this is the eco village. I don't know if you can see in there. That white sign says Aldinga Arts Eco Village. Don't really understand what it is, except that it's like you can buy a house there, but you've got to be part of a community, something like that, and it's, you know, environmentally friendly, and there's a few businesses there. Now, I also saw in here, probably can't find it now, saw a rabbit, an invasive pest. I'm just going to quickly look in and see if I can see it, but I don't think it's here. I saw it run in just now. So we're hunting rabbits, but there is no rabbits to be found, just a big pile of wood and other such gardening type equipment. Look at these are nice beds of flowers. Now I'll tell you what these are, you see? Can you see that these are made of like plastic containers? These are actually water containers which have been cut in half. So you know there's lots of drought and stuff in Australia. You can buy meter cubed water containers, which would be these two things stuck together, that size, that square shape. Buy them in bulk and take them on your tractor, so you've got emergency water if you run out of water, because lots of places don't have the mains. You have to have a water tank and have rainwater, especially out in the countryside.
It's very, very old brokers. And those buildings up there, you can see, 1931. Looks like they haven't been touched since 1931 either. And here we have a Sainsbury's with an Argos inside. Nobody knows what the point of Argos is anymore. It's got lost in the mists of time, yet they keep going. So we come to the first break in the market street, where a road cuts through. It's called Willow Walk apparently, I never knew that. I thought this was Black Horse Lane. So this is the slightly poorer, rougher end of the market. There are some stalls down here sometimes, but they are a bit thinner on the ground, and the shops are a little bit more kind of patchy and independent and what have you.
Cafe or... So this is the kind of entrance to the eco village. I've never really been in here or seen anything open, but it looks very nice. Back past number 8, and we're just going to go back out to the main road and see. As you can see, no clear skies today. It's been overcast all day. The sun has only just managed to fight its way through. There it is.
Cakes and bakes, anyone? A weird obsession with egg-free cakes. And on it goes, and on and on and on. Fat Chef coffee shop. And here, El Manti, the famous pie mash shop that's been here forever. Live eel importer. There you go. So I've never been in there. People tell me it's good, but I had pie and mash once, and I didn't think it was good. So I've never had pie and mash again since.
Check out the Camry. So what have we got now? Football pitch over there. So that's Aldinga Football Club, established 1879. That's not real football, that's like the Australian version, but that's fine. Here we go. I'll check out the jacaranda. Beautiful purple jacaranda. So these jacarandas, they flower in November every year. I think they're South African originally. And Motivation Australia, I wonder what they do there. Motivate people, I suggest. Not sure what they're motivating people to do, but
yes. The blue lights remind me of the lights they put in public toilets to stop drug users finding veins to inject into. Now that might be the myth, but the blue lights make me think of that anyway.
Gaming, that's what you need. And it says gaming because it's full of poker machines or fruit machines, as you might know them by. And this is a kind of bit of a pub. They've got the blinds down, so I can't point the camera at any of the people. What can you say? But anyway, so this is the main crossroads, right? So this is town, for what's a better word. So there's the beach road.
That I might find the German diner kebab place, although I'm not entirely sure where it is. I did look on the map. I think they're a chain, so I know where another one is, but we'll see. I love the look of this curry house. It looks seriously old-fashioned. Never been there though. And this is one of those modern things. A little shopping restauranty place made out of shipping containers. It's called Crate.
Well, first of all, that thing looks a bit like a heart. There's a bit of street art, but it's actually the shape of the McLaren Vale wine region. So on the map, that's the boundary. It's basically the Willunga Basin. So that's the shape of the Willunga Basin, which forms pretty much the McLaren Vale wine region. So if we go along here, we've got a much better sign. So for example, this one, Miss Gladys on Sea. There we go. London, Paris, New York, and Aldinga. I tried to look up if they really were in London, Paris and New York. I just think that's made up, right? Because why would you be in London, Paris, New York and Aldinger? But you never know. Anyway, moving on. So down here, over there is the Homegrown Bakery. Very good pies in there. Especially this peppercorn steak pie. That's a good pie, that is. And coming along here, wow, the Kickback Brewery. Right there. I've never seen it that empty, but it is a Monday night. On a Friday night it's kicking. It's also a cold, windy Monday night for around here. It was 35 yesterday and it's only 20 today, so freezing.
So I'm cutting through some houses here. Question is, does it keep filming if you go to the map? I don't think it does. So we're into the suburbs or the back streets around Walthamstow. Bakery or something. Probably selling quite good coffee and quite good bread, but at astronomical prices to people who obviously make far too much money.
Exercises. Look at this car. How much do you reckon you would pay for that? It's a big kind of like, it's a Prado Land Cruiser. Prado Land Cruiser, right? How much does a Prado Land Cruiser cost? It's $26,000. Wow. I guess big car, big money. Come on top of the wall now. All right, here we go. All right, now, maybe it's about time I did another little chat. Here's the perfect place for it because, you know, last time was the Jehovah's Witnesses. We're going to stop now at the Aldinga Uniting Church. I've never really noticed, that's quite beautiful, the crosses on there. Nice decoration, nice colour. So look at this beautiful colours here on this church coming along, and we will find that this is a Methodist church. Methodist church from 18 63. And I'm going to see what the sign on the door says. It probably says no entry because of COVID. It says use the hand sanitizer because it's safe if you use hand sanitizer. Yes, safe from Omicron. All right, I'm backing away now. Backing away, backing away, backing away from the church. I can almost smell Big Easy Radio from here. It's a winery, you see, so it doesn't mean it smells though, does it? All right, let's try a bit of turning around. I think. How's that going to work? Like this. I need to hold it here. Okay, here I am again. I'm very close to my destination, about 10 minutes away. I'm here at the Uniting Church. I don't know if you can see me or not. The theme is that I stop in front of religious buildings. Plenty of those in South Australia, known as one of the most religious states in Australia. And I've not got much else to say. I haven't been to this church, obviously. My churches are the microbreweries. Okay, enough messing around. I'm going to continue.
This is Markhouse Road, and I believe the German doner kebab place is on this road, but it's miles down there, I think. So this has taken considerably longer than I expected, but I'm determined to get to the German doner kebab place, even though I don't really know where it is.
Crossed here before and there is no crossing. It's a free-for-all. What's here? Oh, I haven't been here. This is a cemetery. Look at this. How lovely is this? So this is the Aldinga Uniting Church Cemetery, historical. If we have a look in there, there's the oldie cemetery. All right, moving along. Okay. Moving along, you can see this is a relatively new complex because we've finished the suburbs again, and just like they do everywhere, look, okay, the pavement has finished, right? Oh no, look, it hasn't. Here's a crossing, okay. Like any sensible person, I'm going to use this crossing. Here I cross. I've crossed. Oh look, I can go back down the pavement this way. But that's not the way I want to go. I want to go this way. What do we have this way? Just fields and some weird stuff. I mean, look, if I come along here, in this fenced area, this is obviously where they keep irrigation things, more irrigation things.
So we've got quite a long way to go still, and there's not much of note down here. But I can show you the lighthouse, which is an old Methodist church. Here it is. Old as in it's been here a long time, not that it's not a longer church, I believe it is. You are welcome here. 1893. They're rebuilding a petrol station. One wonders how sensible that might be. Or maybe they're not. Maybe it's not going to be a petrol station anymore. Oh yeah, I guess that looks like a petrol station. Those look like tanks for fuel, I suppose. Could be.
And if we move along here, that's the way down Main South Road. If you go that way, it goes all the way down to the other main road, which will take you to either Victor Harbour or Kangaroo Island. And then finally we have Maxwell's Grocery, open 7 days. And the sun is setting behind these fields. I'm sure you can't see very much through there. Now, if you look at this main road here, you can see this is a very busy main road. But you can see over there is a church. And you can see that there's kind of a, you can't see it very well, but there's a dead end road that just goes to the church and then stops here. Clearly, this road here that we're looking at used to join with this road here behind us, the one I just walked down, which is the old coach road. So the old coach road came across here and carried on down there, and they have just put the main south road straight through the middle of it and blocked it off in both directions. No, in one direction. Obviously the old coach road is no more. Now I need to run across this big road, so here we go. Luckily it's South Australia, there's never too much traffic. That way, that way. All right, here we are. So this road, this is the old coach road. So this road's a bit forlorn because this road is not well maintained. It's a country lane. It goes down to those hills in the background. And you can see what's happened is that basically, if I step away, look, they just finished the road and put a pile of dirt at the end, because they didn't want to interrupt the main road. But on the plus side, you can buy eggs. You can buy eggs.
Presumably that's St. Saviour's, but I don't know. Oh yes, it is. And even though I don't know its name, what I do now, I've actually been in that church where I watched Seth do a music recital. It's quite nice inside. How far have we got to go? We're going to go past Samantha Close. I wonder who Samantha was.
Just use it for free parking when I go to the pub. So there's the church. Let me try the turnaround. Here we go. Okay, now I'm looking straight into the sun. The sun is setting over there in the west. I'm at my third religious building of this journey, and I can tell you I'm going to be at Big Easy Radio very, very shortly. And so I'm going to depart from my third place of worship and head to the Big Easy Radio. Okay. Yes, here we go, down the country lane. Now, it's a Monday. That means Big Easy Radio is undoubtedly closed because I think it's a weekend place. But you know, I kind of like this road. It's very peaceful, this road, once you get away from the big motorway road. Now, as I come round here, notice a few things that actually I was a bit hasty in judging the road builders of South Australia, because this forlorn road here, this road here that just ends in a dead end at the church with nothing to see, and this rather nice green with a magpie on, it actually joins a bigger road. And that bigger road does have access to the highway there, so maybe I was a bit too harsh. You just have to do a bit of a dog leg, it's not the end of the world. While we're here, got to look at some vines, no? These vines are a bit unruly. I'm not supposed to walk amongst the vines, that's against the rules, but I'm not going to. I'm going to come next to the vines, so you can't really see them, it's getting dark, but these are grapevines, but they're not very tidy. Obviously these people need to get out here and do what they need to do. The grapevines normally look a bit tidier than this, but anyway. And here's a nice tree-lined boulevard of olive trees maybe, or some other type of tree. So let's go around. They're probably not olive trees, are they? They just look like them. They do grow lots of olives around here. It's pretty much a Mediterranean climate, so you get olives and you get wine. And I'm just going to nip across here for a little taster of the agaves, because I like these. Look at these. Aren't these beautiful? These are pretty nice, aren't they? Yep, and that. So I've just been messing around here because I'm actually at my destination. This barrel says wine. This is the Big Easy Radio barrel, wine.
Our eyes will be peeled for a German doner kebab. And you thought doner kebabs were Turkish or Greek. No, they're German. At least they are from this place.
But it's pretty nice. You go in there, you drink wine, there's a little bar in there. You can go down that driveway and park. So it's a pretty nice place. There's an old harvest.
Let's hope it's not one of those places on Google Maps that doesn't exist anymore. It's either that or I've completely misread where it is and I've walked all this way for nothing, which is a real possibility. I'm a bit slapdash when looking at maps. You go, oh yeah, I know what that is. And then you kind of find you don't. So it looks like there's no shops on this bit. This is all houses.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed me on this exciting journey through the suburbs, lanes and country roads of the McLaren Vale wine region, starting from the seaside of Port Willunga, heading to the edge of the wine growing region here at Big Easy Radio. It's taken about 40 minutes in total, including the stops, so it's been a fairly pleasant journey. The sun is still up and about to set. Fortunately it's closed, so no wine for me. And I'd just like to say that I hope that that the parallel journey on the other side of the world has been as fruitful as this, and that the kebab place is nearly in sight.
Is that it? Berliner. Oh, it's not the chain I thought it was. Oh, I see. Look at that. So that is 40 minutes. Berliner. German doner kebab and pizza. And you might think pizza's Italian, but no, it's German. Oh, Berliner. Yeah, okay, I get it. Ich bin eine Berliner.
I am a donut!